What's up, everybody? It's Blue Drake, and today I want to talk about how to get you a professional, great sounding microphone for your YouTube videos absolutely free. This is something that will hopefully help out a lot of you smaller YouTubers who are just starting out, or if you've been doing this for a while and you just need a good, cheap, free way to overhaul your microphone quality. This video is going to walk you through how to do that for no cost to you at all. Now, as you can see, I don't have that high quality of a microphone, and you don't need that high quality of a microphone to get that good YouTube professional commentator sound that you hear on a lot of gameplay videos, on a lot of big channels. Everybody thinks that you have to spend $300 to get one of those little snowball microphones or a really fancy mic. You absolutely don't. People have fundamentally confused the sound of audio plugins and audio effects with having a really good microphone. So I'm going to sort through all the bullshit and show you what you actually need and what you don't need. So really quick, I'm going to show you how my microphone sounds with my audio plugins enabled and how it sounds with my audio plugins disabled, so you can get an idea of the kind of difference you're going to see in the sound of your microphone when you finish setting all this up. So really quick, this is how my microphone sounds with my audio plugins enabled. And this is how I sound with my audio plugins disabled. So, as you can hear, there is a pretty big difference. And again, completely free. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all the plugins and all the software that you need. I'm going to link all of these things down in the description. I'll have links to the pages where you can download the software and probably some more in-depth tutorials, since this tutorial is going to be pretty cursory and you might need some more help, since it does get pretty complicated at some points. So the first thing you're going to need is a Vst host. What a Vst is a single audio plugin. Vst stands for Virtual Studio Technology. Vst plugins are like reverb plugins, audio compressors, level editors. They're usually used in conjunction with larger pieces of software that allow you to edit up audio and cut things up. All a Vst host is just a host for those audio plugins with nothing else. Now, my favorite Vst host is Pedalboard 2. You can download this for free from their website right here. Put a link in the description. Download for Windows, install. That step's pretty simple. The second piece of software you need is a virtual audio cable. Now, there's actually a program called Virtual Audio Cable, but it's pretty expensive. It's like $25, and it does a lot more than what you actually need. What you should go download, and I'll put a link in the description for this, just like everything, is this piece of software at VB Audio Software. You go to this page right here, again, link in the description, and you can download the Hi-Fi ACO Bridge High Fidelity Virtual Cable right here. Download that. That's also pretty easy to install. What Virtual Audio Cable is going to do is allow you to reroute your raw audio from your headphones to your Vst host, and then allow your Vst host to output to a new audio driver that you can use in the same way that you would use your headphones when it comes to recording your headphone audio. So I know that sounds a little complicated, but let me just walk you through it really quick. It's a lot simpler than it sounds, trust me. After you've gotten your virtual audio cable and Vst software installed, this is what you should be able to do. Go to your mixer, go to your recording devices, and you should see a brand new audio driver called Hi-Fi Cable Output in your recording devices. You also see one in your playback devices, but you don't care about that one. Leave it alone. As you can see, I have my USB audio device, and that is my USB headphones, and you can see that there's actually some level coming out of that. But the way I have this set up is my USB audio device, which is this, my headphones right here, is going to my Vst host, my audio input right here. And if you see, go to audio settings, I have my input set as my USB audio, and then the USB audio, which is again my microphone on my headphones, goes through my effects. This is a floor fish, this is my gate, this is my compressor, this is my limiter, this is my level editor, and then it goes to my set output, which is hi-fi cable output. So again, the virtual audio cable lets you reroute your entire audio from your headset to a new audio driver, which I set as default. So you set your hi-fi cable output as default, and that means for all the programs you're going to be using, as you can see if I go to Fraps hi-fi cable output, it's going to be using that output, that affected audio output, instead of your raw USB audio. We went over that pretty fast, so let's go through that entire process again, step by step. Now, once you have your two programs installed, I'm not really going to go into depth on how to install those. It's pretty simple. Just press the install button, and if you want to feel extra safe, restart your computer. Make sure you open up Pedalboard 2. Now, when Pedalboard 2 is open, you're going to want to download the audio plugins you're going to be using in Pedalboard. So again, all of this is going to be linked in the description. You can go to digitalfishphones.com to download your compressor and download your gate, and then you can go to KVRTL's Pocket Limiter to get this free Pocket Limiter. Now, what all these do is the gate makes it so it cancels out background noise. So, for instance, you can hear me talking right now, but when I stop talking, the volume is going to shut off completely. So you can't hear my computer whirring in the background. You can't hear, the cars outside. If the volume doesn't get to a certain level, that plugin shuts off the volume entirely. So again, talking, my computer's whirring, but when I shut up, dead silence, which is great. The compressor makes it so if I'm talking really, really soft, or if I'm talking really, really loud, it brings the volume down, so it makes my whispers a lot louder, and it makes me yelling a lot quieter. So it kind of keeps a more consistent volume, and that's really, really useful because when you're doing gameplay with like combat, sometimes you'll get in a situation where people won't be able to hear you whispering over the game volume. So this helps keep a really consistent level to the entire volume. Now, what the limiter does is the limiter makes sure that your volume is never loud enough where it clips and crackles your audio input. So for instance, I don't know if you've ever noticed, if you yell through your microphone, sometimes it'll get really, really crackly. That's because you're overloading that microphone or that output of your computer. So what the limiter does is it keeps your microphone levels down. It keeps them from going over that so you don't crackle and overload that input level, if that makes sense. It should, hopefully. Either way, download these 3 plugins because you're going to need them. Now, the beauty of Pedalboard 2 is everything is drag and drop. So after you download your VST files, you can download them right here. They're going to show up as DLL files. Now, I recommend extracting these DLL files somewhere where you're not going to delete them down the road. To be honest, the Pedalboard 2 root folder would be a good place to extract them. But when you have them extracted, all you have to do is drag that DLL file into Pedalboard and drop it, and bam! There's your plugin, and you can open them up by pressing this little E button, and you can play around with all the settings. I don't have any specific settings that you can use. Really, you can play around with them and just kind of like get a feel yourself. Here, if you want, I'll show you all of my settings that I have for everything, and you can just copy them verbatim if you really want to do that. So pause the video right now and take all those settings to heart if you really, really want to. That's what I have. Now, additionally, if you mess up, you can just select these and then press delete. And then restitch them back together. You can also press this little B button, which will mute or bypass that plugin. So for instance, here's my voice without the limiter. Here's my voice without the compressor. Here's my voice without the gate. Here's only the compressor. As you can hear now, the background noise is there no matter when. Here's just the limiter. Here's the limiter and the compressor. Here's everything together, which is what I use. So you can play around with that. Now, when this is all done, the only thing you have left to do is just go and set your recording device, your hi-fi cable output, as default. There's a little button here, so set default. It'll be highlighted, and you can just click that once, and you're good to go. You're done. So I hope you found this video pretty helpful. If you're having any problems, be sure to list them in the comments. If I can't help you, I'm sure somebody else will be able to. And I'm going to list even more in-depth tutorials in the description, so be sure to go click those as well. Either way, you can be sure that I'm going to be uploading more tutorials, gameplay, and news for all the latest cool things you want to know about. So be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you on the battlefield with a better sounding microphone here very soon. Good luck, guys. Love you!